Today we make our Champions League debut in Football Manager 2019, and I'm rather excited about it. Hello and welcome to part 3 of my Bayern Munich Football Manager 2019 playthrough. I'm Kev. As you can see, I am still knocking around at Sports Interactive down in London. So the same disclaimer I'm giving you every day. There is the possibility there will be lots of background noise at various points throughout the episode because Football Manager content creators are a notoriously noisy bunch and I just can't get them to shut up long enough for me to record a video. But fingers crossed, we can plough through it. We have, as promised, got a Champions League debut today. We're going to be playing against Roma in the Champions League, and then we also have a Bundesliga game against Leipzig. Since you were last with me, form has been doing okay. We're doing all right. We're top of the Bundesliga, 6 games in, 5 wins, 1 draw from our first 6 games, 16 points. Plus, we've got the joint second top goal scorer in the division as well. So that tactic that Miles helped me develop earlier in the week seems to be doing the trick. If you didn't catch that video yet, the link to that is down in the description. I suggest you check that out. And of course, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Turn those notifications on for all of the FM19 content that I'm going to be pouring your way over the coming days and weeks. So, Roma in the Champions League. This is the team that we're putting out there to take them on. We've got Neuer in goal, a back four of Alaba, Hummels, Boateng and Kimmich, with Tolisso and Goretzka in midfield. That fella, this guy, you know the one. And then we've got Lewandowski up front with Koeman, Rodriguez and Robin in behind. We're going with the 2 inside forwards today. So this is the pure tactic that Miles put in place for us. I have been toying with Raumdeuters and wingers and stuff in some of our league games, but when we've got a big game like this one, we're going back to basics and using the actual tactic I was told to use. So let's get into the game and hopefully record our first Champions League win of the season. As I have been throughout this series so far as well, I am still trying to learn how to use Team Talks. So let's be passionate. It's a Champions League game. I don't want to tell them I expect nothing but a win because I kind of expect to lose because we've been a bit rubbish in the Champions League so far. We are go give the fans a performance to cheer for. Nothing. I haven't yet managed to get any kind of reaction out of any of my players from a Team Talk. I think, bearing in mind as well, because I knew I was going to be doing the Team Talks on this save, I set myself up as a motivator as my manager before the save started, hoping that would help me get a reaction out of them, and I'm just getting nowhere with it. So it's very upsetting, but fingers crossed, results keep coming on the pitch and then it doesn't really matter. Anyway, here's Robin, and we've scored with 4 minutes on the clock. Cross came in from the left-hand side. It's nodded down to Robin, who hasn't really played for us yet this season very much. He got injured. I can't remember if it was the first league game of the season or right at the end of pre-season. Robin picked up an injury, and we've not really used him. I've been using Muller out on that right-hand side as a Raumdeuter, but Robin gets the nod today because Muller, I've been struggling to get decent performances out of, and Robin rewards me with a goal, 4 minutes on the clock, and 1-0 up again. I don't know how good Roma are. Should I expect Roma to be any good? I guess they're a Champions League team from Italy. They're probably going to be decent enough, but that is just wide from Tolisso, and we've started this game really rather well. We're closing in on 60% possession for the first 15 minutes, and we've got a free kick here, and it's with Boateng, and it's kind of bobbled around in the area. There's a bit of head tennis going on in there, and they managed to scrap and get it clear. But we are absolutely relentlessly pressing them. I like our high line of engagement that we're using because we're just not giving Roma any time at all to play the ball out from the back, although they have got a little bit of a movement going on here. And this is where we are quite vulnerable because defensively we are turd. We're just not very good at the back. And there's your ball over the top. They've got a man in the middle, unmarked, and it's 1-1. The key is we've just got to make sure we're not letting them attack. As long as we're the ones with the ball at the other end of the pitch, we'll be absolutely fine. But if we let them in behind us, then, things like this happen. I would like to point out as well that this is Miles' tactic, not mine. So this isn't just Kev being useless at defending. Apparently, Miles isn't very good at defending either. So I'm going to blame him. But there's another ball over the top, and Alaba manages to intercept. We need to get a hold of this game again. I said we were on 60% possession on 15 minutes. We're now on 20 minutes, and we're down to 50% possession. That suggests to me we've not really had the ball for the last 5 minutes. Neuer's just dribbled it out almost to the halfway line, but plays a through ball, and Lewandowski, what a finish! And that all came from Neuer dribbling it out almost to the centre circle. I don't know what he was playing at. This is clearly the joys of the sweeper keeper again. And, I mean, there's a fellow almost tackling him there, but it's a beautiful pass forward to Robben, who just flicks it on to Lewandowski. That's not how you expect a Bayern Munich goal to happen. A little bit of Route 1 in the Champions League there, but it worked. Who cares? 20 minutes in, we're 2-1 up, and I am not going to complain about that scenario. Why have I still got focus of attacks on at the bottom here? I hate that stupid thing. Action zones, that's what we want. We want some old school Football Manager action zones. Closing in on half-time now, and it's kind of just petering out. I like the fact we've limited Roma to just 2 shots in this game so far, and here we are just before half-time with a corner, and Boateng's there, and it whistles past the post. And looks like we are going to be going in at half-time, 2-1 up, and we just need more of the same. That was... I think the introduction of Robben to the team has made a massive difference to us. He's been involved in both of the goals. I am pleased. Right, team talk time. I'm just a passionate man. I can't keep my passion in. I am happy with their performance so far. James Rodriguez looks delighted. I finally managed to get some kind of reaction out of one of my players, and it's been my star man so far this season who's decided to get all excited at my passion, and it just makes me feel good. Right. At some point, I have my tactic that I have in place, my backup tactic for use in situations like this in the Champions League. We're narrowly ahead, and as we get into the game, we do have the park the bus tactic that we've been training but haven't really used yet. And all it really does is drops our wingers back, drops our attacking central midfielder back to being a defensive central midfielder, and really is just about closing the game down. Good save from Neuer there. And it's really just a case of deciding at what point we're going to bring that tactic into play. Because what I don't want to do is do it too early. Oh, Rodriguez is injured. This is a problem because he has been our star man all season, and it's the dreaded potential foot injury, which we know a dreaded potential foot injury has the potential to keep a player out for months. And this is the one position in our squad that we don't really have any kind of backup players in. If he has a serious injury, then realistically, we're going to need to rebuild the tactic to not have an attacking central midfielder in, because we've got Renato Sanchez going to be playing in there for the rest of this game. He is not an attacking midfielder, and problematic. It does mean that the game is screaming at me to drop the attacking midfielder back. Now Goretzka's injured as well. My word, he's got a potential knee injury. We're losing our entire midfield. We're going to have Martinez on in midfield, and this does feel like the time to drop back, because we can have Martinez and Tolisso dropping a little bit deep, and Sanchez can be the box-to-box midfielder in the middle there. So 20 minutes to go. We're parking the bus at home. I don't know how I feel about this. Parking the bus for 20 minutes goes against everything I stand for, but sometimes needs must. Right, 10 minutes left. Robben is shattered. It's the first time he's played a full game all season, and he's not enjoying life as a defensive winger, so we're going to bring Gnabry on for him for the last 10 minutes. Again, not ideal playing him on the right-hand side of midfield, but better than a shattered Robben, especially with Robben just recovering from injury and being so important in our attacking play in this game. We want to save him for our next match. Gnabry's done really well down this right-hand side. Cross comes in. It's gone as far as Coman, and it bounces back off the crossbar. It's with Gnabry again, who puts it in the back of the net, but I think it's been disallowed for something. I don't think anyone was offside there. And for some reason, despite asking for replays of disallowed goals, we don't get a replay. So I guess play was stopped before the shot came in, but it did end up in the back of the net. So I'm claiming this as a moral victory at 3-1. We're at 7 minutes of added time now, and the final whistle finally goes. It is Bayern Munich 2, Roma 1. Let's do some more passionate team talking. It was a very nice victory today. Well done. And we're going to hand over to the assistant so he can tickle the players individually. Continue and get ourselves ready for Leipzig. Right, some good news. If an injury can ever be good news. James Rodriguez only out for 7 days to 3 weeks, so we don't need to panic. And it gives us another way to try and get Muller into the team somewhere, because we're going to give him a try as our attacking midfielder. We've had to rest Robben because I don't want to break him after he was so good in the Champions League. We need to be a little bit careful with him because he's an old man. So we're going to have Gnabry on the left-hand side and inside forward, Coman as a winger on the right, and Muller in the middle behind Lewandowski. We've also lost Martinez to a cruciate ligaments injury, and Goretzka's going to be out for a little while as well. So We've got a little bit of injury in the centre of midfield. We're going with Thiago and Tolisso in there today. It does mean more opportunity to play Renato Sanchez, which, as he is consistently our best trainer, I am on board with giving him as much game time as possible to reward him for training so well. So let's... I'm just going to keep passioning it up. We're favourites for a reason. Go out there and make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. There you go. Who's that motivated? That's motivated Thiago. He likes it when I'm a confident, passionate man. Good. Right, into the match. A win here, and it becomes a very, very impressive looking start to the season because we can just keep our little unbeaten run going. And, see, there's some of that goalkeeper distribution that we've talked all about. Bit of goalkeeper distribution, our centre-backs splitting either side of the penalty area. We get a pass out from the keeper, and that, I don't know how we've just missed that chance there. Shot from quite deep, and it's sort of bobbled around, hit the post. Lewandowski kicks it straight into their keeper on the rebound. I don't understand how we're not 1-0 up, but we are on the attack again here, and it falls out to Thiago on the left-hand side, plays it into Muller, who's playing a lot deeper than usual today, and fires it over from just inside the opposition penalty area. But we've had a good start, although Leipzig getting a little bit of possession in this first 15-20 minutes or so, pushing up 58-60%. There you go. We're evening it off a little bit now, though, and we're certainly creating more chances, more shots coming from us than them, and we're getting more of the ball in our midfield as well, which is rather marvellous. Problem is, though, we're not really creating any kind of end product. This is obviously a combination of front four that we've not tried before, and I'm not, as much as I enjoy watching Kingsley Coman play, because he wants to be a winger, I don't know how I feel about wingers. Wingers don't seem to be working for me yet. Who knew? But inside forwards are, but he's not particularly effective as an inside forward. And we've just gone 1-0 down on the stroke of half-time. How has Timo Werner just got his 16th goal of the season, 7 games in? That I don't understand. We need to have a little look at him. How on earth has he scored that many goals already? That must be including pre-season or something. I need to click on his name. Give me his name to click on. Give us half time quickly. We've already used all our time added on. I need to have a look at Werner and find out how he's got quite so many goals. Unless, perhaps they had a really easy tie in the German Cup and he got 8 goals in it or something. There's Werner's 17th goal of the season just before half-time. I think our unbeaten start to the year is coming to an end, and I also think we need to be sending our scouts to investigate Timo Werner a little bit because, ouch, he's just ruined us. They've had nothing for the first 45 minutes of this half, but right at death before the half-time whistle, he's just struck twice, absolutely clinical, and I don't understand. I feel a little bit shell-shocked. Let's have a little look at him. So, he has got 4 goals in 6 games in the league, but, they've played a bunch of qualifiers for Europe, I guess, because he's got 10 goals from 8 continental appearances already. We've only played 2 Champions League games, so that's where all his goals have come from. But in all competitions, he's now on 17 goals from 16 starts, which, that's pretty useful. Let's get a scout report on him. Yikes. Can we have half time now, please? We need to regroup. I feel damaged. Please let us have half time. Right. This is going to be my first time having to do a half-time team talk where we're behind. So I think we're going to give it a little bit of assertiveness. Come on, lads. Show a bit of desire. You don't look like a team that wants to win. Yeah, let's give them that. Oh, it's motivated everybody. See? I'm a motivational man when we're struggling as a team. I don't know how to motivate winners. I have very little experience of it. But a team that's behind, that's Kev's forte. And we have got Sanchez, Ribéry, Robben all sat on the bench. So we've got attacking changes that we can make. And Leipzig are going down to 10 men 50 minutes into the game. So not only have we got changes we can make, we've got changes we probably should make because we've got the opportunity to get back into this game here, but we need to not be having 2 of our 4 attackers on 6.2s. Thiago now with a free kick from the left-hand side. Gnabry with the header, and it's 2-1 on the hour mark. And it might be, I was on the verge of making a change, but I think we might give it 5 more minutes. Now we've got a goal back. Give this bunch of players the opportunity to drag us back into the game that they messed up. Lewandowski, although not playing very well, is fired up. And that feels like a reason to keep him on the pitch, even though he was probably fairly close to my top of the list of players who were going to be coming off. But we are going to take off Kingsley Coman, bring on Robin, because he was so very good in that last game. And this gets us back to our 2 inside forwards, which I like very much, doing the 2 inside forward business. So we'll bring him on, and we're also going to get Renato Sanchez on into our midfield, just because I'm a big fan. He can come on for Tolisso. And now we've got our 2 best trainers in Sanchez and Thiago playing in central midfield together, and hopefully they can get a hold of this game by the scruff of the neck and we can find a goal from somewhere. But there's only 12 minutes left and we've got to think of something. Muller feels like the man who might be coming off because he's playing out of position and not playing particularly well. We could, I guess, stick Ribéry in behind Lewandowski. That's exactly what we are going to do. 10 minutes left. We've brought on Sanchez, Robin and Ribéry in an attempt to drag us back into this game. But it doesn't look like we're going to. Corner with like a minute left. It's not a corner, it's a throw-in. And yeah, it's cleared. But it's back with Alaba again on the left-hand side. We've still got a lot of players in the middle. It's back out to Alaba again, who beats his man. Can he get the cross in? Tucks it inside to Gnabry, who is challenged, and Leipzig clear. We've just seen there's 5 minutes of time added on. The crowd roar as we still have time to find a way back into this game. But Timo Werner is running at us down the left-hand side again. He's up front on his own. There's no other Leipzig players anywhere near him, that he forces a save out of Neuer, which is more than most of our attackers have managed to do in the entire game. Final kick with 6 minutes of time added on now, and it's Alaba on the edge of the area. He's got to shoot from there really, but instead plays it across to Thiago, and we've lost our first game of the season. And I'm very sad about it. We are, no, we're not top of the league. Leipzig are now top of the league. They've leapfrogged us. The monsters, right. We need to have a go at the players. Assertive, not good enough, should have won the match. Everybody is motivated now. Whoever we play next is going to feel our wrath. But we are going to leave things there for today. No wrath today. If you have enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 videos. And thank you very much for watching.